You're listening to iCannabisRadio.com. You're listening to SexPot Radio, and here's a host, Jenny Cush.
Listening to SexPot Radio. It is Tuesday, July 9th, and if you're listening on a different day, it's not today. Oh my goodness, let's open that door.
It's hot. There we go. Holy schmidt.
I feel like I just took a hot shit. I didn't. Holy crap. Okay, anyway. So yeah, it's Tuesday. I went to Estes Park today.
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
It was the worst fucking day I could have gone to Estes Park in my entire life.
Pretty bad.
I got lost.
Really?
They were having a parade, so all of downtown was closed off when I got there. I found the rainbow slide that you were talking about the other day, though. And then I found some park, and this lovely ranger guy gave me directions back into Estes Park.
Oh, shit. You got way
Dude, I was so lost.
Damn.
He wanted me to pay to get in, and I had no money. I'm like, I'm not paying to get in. I don't want to be here.
Right, just trying to get some goddamn gummy strawberries.
Right.
Fuck, please help me, sir.
And then I finally got to the candy store, and they recognized me when I walked in. So I really felt like the fat kid. They're like,
well,
they're like, weren't you just here 2 days ago and bought like $80 worth of candy? Well, yes, but I would like $40 more worth today. Thank you.
I need to half that jar of gummies.
Right? I was like in this huge hurry, so I like go running in there, and there's like other people, trying to figure out what they wanted. I'm like, I want 2 pounds of this, 2 pounds of that, and a pound of that. And they're like, weren't you just here 2 days ago? Yes, I was. Just fill my fucking bag and let me be on my way. I'm in a hurry. I gotta get to Denver. Not a good idea. So yeah, that was my morning.
Wait till we find those fucking candies somewhere else.
I don't want to find them somewhere else. I kind of like having an excuse to go there.
Yeah, but that's going to become a long drive after Friday.
Are you saying that it's far to drive 3 hours for some candy?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Yes.
3 hours test.
Yeah.
It's like an hour and a half there and an hour and a half back.
Did you feed the chipmunks?
I did not. I was
That's
in a
important.
hurry.
You missed the important. You have to feed the
I
chipmunks.
probably totally missed a lot of important things.
They'll angry at you next time you go there.
They probably are. The elk are going to stomp me.
I tried to pet the elk 2 times ago when we were there, and it tried to not hurt me, but chase me. Not chase me, but it just started walking towards me, and it's like, wow, you're really big. I shouldn't pet you. You're not, no. So, yeah,
you don't want to pet
don't pet the elk.
I've been hanging out in the mountains up in Lyons for a few weeks now. And last night I was all by myself and I got scared. Because I'm taking care of my friend's cats and dogs up there. And the only time that the dog has tried to go out the front door, there was a mountain lion outside. And last night he wouldn't leave the front door alone. And he kept whining at the door and stuff. So I was like, something's here and it's going to eat me. I was afraid.
Well, I'm glad that you didn't get eaten by a mountain lion.
I'm glad too, because I had a lot of shit to do today. So,
It's been a busy day.
And nobody would have got it done. So, good
Tomorrow's 7/10 though, unless you're listening on a different day and 7/10 happened
tomorrow.
already and you fucking missed it.
Unless
or
you're
there.
listening a year from now, and then it is 7/10 tomorrow.
Oh, it totally could be.
It's possible.
But here in this current moment, 7/10 is tomorrow. What is everybody doing? I know that's here in Denver. We got the Dabs of Denver event happening at the Oriental Theater. Tickets are $20. If you need to know where to get them, I could look that shit up for you, but off the top of my head, I don't remember where. It's like 710event.eventbrite.com or something. Wow, shit, that might even be it.
Something like that.
So, yeah, there's going to be at least 6 to 10 different hash makers there showing off their wares.
It is 710celebration.eventbrite.com. Is that what you said?
No.
Oh. Okay, so if you just go to Facebook and type in Dabs of Denver, it'll take you right. Actually, just Google and it'll take you right to the Dabs of Denver Facebook page, and it's right there in blue. You can click on it. It's probably easier to do it that way.
Yeah, Google. Let it be your friend.
Yes.
Don't let it touch you.
In all the naughty places.
It's not your
Or
priest.
let it if you want it to.
Wow.
But anyway, Dabs of Denver is at the Oriental Theater.
Yes, lots of hash. It's $20 a ticket. It's pretty much all you can dab or all you can take to the face.
You know, they let a lot of weird shit go down at the Oriental Theater. And so here's how one particular event played out. So I went to a fucking unicorn party. And if you don't know what that is, you should figure it out. Or not. Whatever.
That was real informative.
Anyway, well, no. Just wait. I lost my flogger at that party. And
The clues are starting to drop.
Right. I lost my purple flogger. I still don't have it. It makes me sad. It's gone. But the next day, there was a cannabis event at the same bar at the Oriental Theater. And so a friend of mine was going to the cannabis event the next day, but she was at the fucking unicorn party with me. So fucking unicorn party is a rave kind of party. Cannabis party is not rave-like in most ways. 99% of ways.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's hard to combine the two, but whatever. Anyway, she went up to the bartender and asked him if anyone had turned in a missing flogger, and he just, like, gave her this, like, clueless, like, what the hell are you talking about look? And he's like, didn't I see you here yesterday? And she goes, yes, I lost my flogger yesterday. I'm looking for it today. My friend would like it back. And then she had to proceed to explain to him what a flogger is. But anyway.
So he must not have been there the night before.
He was there the night before. He recognized her.
Well, yeah, that makes sense, but he clearly must not have been paying attention.
To what was going on.
Yeah.
I mean, it went from cuddle puddle upstairs, rave style, to a cannabis event. Yeah.
Well, all right then.
I don't know. They pretty much let us do anything.
That was when that was in February.
You were gone.
I was
I
at the
don't know.
Cannabis
You were
Cup
gone.
and-
I was partying. I don't know.
I think
it was
California.
It was February or March.
Yeah, it was February. I was in California. Cannabis Cup.
It was great fun.
That was good fun too.
I took 2 girls on a date that night.
That was pretty cool. I went to the ocean.
Fuck you.
Hey, taking 2 girls on a date is still
had
pretty cool too.
My idea of good time.
I tried to take them home, but it didn't work out. Well, I took them home, but it was their homes.
Right.
I could have stayed wherever I wanted to, but I had to work at 10 in the morning. I think I got home at like 7. It was fun though. Anyway. So yeah. Anyway, Dabs of Denver.
Dabs of Denver.
Dabs
Lots
of
of hash
Denver.
makers. Lots of hash.
There's a lot of
Lots
people.
of you. Come on out.
There's a lot of
Get
people
high.
coming into Denver for this.
Yeah.
Like,
So
This
the
whole
710 Cup is this weekend, which people are making a really big deal out of. For those listening out of state, marijuana is legal in Colorado. Oh, surprise. Well, you didn't know, you haven't been paying attention. But anyone over 21 can consume here, and we're less than 6 months away from our first legal store being able to open up. I'm sad because all the good dispensaries I know are switching to recreational, obviously, because they get, an 8 or 10 month moratorium on that before anybody else can get down on it. So, but that makes me
It's
sad.
not going to be fun.
No, it's gonna be sad because like right now I can go to my exclusive dispensary, any dispensary, and it's exclusive. You know, I mean, to a point where you have to have a red card to get stuff. So there's always product. I mean, if you go to the right dispensary, there's always good product. When anybody over 21 can go and buy it from anywhere in the country or anywhere in the world, for that matter, all you have to do is have an ID that says that you're over 21 and you can buy weed.
Are they limiting people from out of state though on how much they can buy?
I
Isn't
think
it
it's
like
a quarter per store, but
per
you
store, but there's
you
a
could go to several stores.
lot of stores.
Which brings me to my point. When I want good weed now, I can go to Colorado Wellness, Green Dream, a few variant places. I mean, there's lots, but still plenty. when it's legal and open to everybody and their mom, where the fuck is the good weed going to be? You're going to have to grow your own at that point. So that part's...
I think we should all grow our own.
Well, that's where boutique growers are going to
Right.
come into their own.
Right? Because
people are going to want that small homegrown.
Right.
absolutely.
Well, I don't know. When you start growing massive amounts of plants, I think the quality just kind of goes to shit. So.
Well, it's
whatever.
the fact that it's going to have to be hurried, all the product that they pulled out for the day is gone by 1:15 in the afternoon. It's like, well, we're sold out for the day, sorry. And then, like, there was that one dispensary that I went to that was sold out by 1 or 1:30 every day of all the good stuff. Remember that long time ago? I forget which one it was, but it was still in the paper.
Which?
Prices are going to go through the roof because there's going to be no weed.
That's going to have to be the case. I mean, there's no
it's
way
gonna
that
start coming in from out of state.
it's going to have to. There's no way production can keep up with demand.
Well, they already can't keep up with the medical demand.
Exactly.
How are
Right,
you gonna
right.
do it with 10 times as many people?
And that's a small guess. This over 21 from anywhere in the world, can come here. I mean, tourism is going to go through the roof, or I mean, it's likely to. I mean,
Fucking
whatever
tourists.
Amsterdam was getting is piddly in compared to what you can legally do here
You
now.
know, we were just commenting on that the other night. Remember when Amsterdam was like the goal in your life? Like, it would be so cool if I could go to Amsterdam.
Now-
I've never been. Now I don't really have the interest.
Yeah, now who
Right?
cares?
Now it's
If they
like-
build a bridge, I'll drive and check
Right?
it out.
If I could drive,
tunnel.
like,
Right?
yeah.
But other than that, yeah, why? Who cares? But see, our
I heard the weed's
Cannabis
not even
bars-
good there. Like,
I just saw a report it's testing at 12% on average in coffee shops.
really?
see, are we going to have things like that here? I mean, you can go to the liquor store and buy booze, and you can go to the bar and buy booze and drink it there and get wasted and drive home, whatever.
What happened to regulating it like alcohol?
Papers will be legal.
So
That
when,
was a farce.
Yeah.
We know this.
Well, it's kind of like
Ish.
alcohol.
when is the weed bar going to be open? When can you go to a coffee shop?
I think after a few years of them seeing that the world isn't ending because we're smoking weed all the time, they might loosen up some regulations. But they'll set it up in a way they'll angle it so they get the money out of it.
See, I'm going to put out my official prediction now. I think that within a year or two of 2014 of these stores starting to go legal, that it'll go legal nationwide within a couple of years.
I hope less than that. I'm on board with that.
Because there's no way that if it's absolutely legal here and anyone can come here, there's no way. There's no way.
They're
The system will
posing.
fall
They're
apart.
posing for that to happen with the GW Pharma patent that they approved here for GW Pharma putting a patent on all cannabinoids and all products that come from them. So when they do flip the switch, they're in line to control it on a federal level, at least.
If the world does end, we'll miss it.
There's always going to be the black market. It's going to thrive no matter what. No one wants government cheese. No one's going to want government weed.
Not the smart ones, anyway.
Right.
True.
Although,
True.
didn't they develop G13?
Who knows? It's
Like I heard that was a government.
that's a
strain.
long story that we'll never know.
Cheese.
I
It's
think
just
that got started in a movie somewhere.
It's possible. Who fucking knows anymore?
It's totally possible.
Although, speaking of movies, God, weed is popping up in damn near, I don't want to say every movie because that's just bullshit, but
Pretty much everywhere, though.
but
like,
it's all over the place. You can't see a movie anymore without someone holding a bong or
a
It's
reference
smoking a
to
joint.
some
DeVito.
way.
This
A
year,
reference.
it's weed.
see.
Right.
It's
Hollywood
nice seeing
trains.
that because that putting it out into the mainstream, it's part of the brainwashing, but it's helping to undo the Reefer Madness bullshit.
wait for the references in the movies for Denver specifically now.
Oh, yeah.
When they start talking about weed,
Oh yeah, no kidding, huh?
and they'll start filming weed movies here.
I hope they start filming good ones. There's a lot of stupid weed movies out
Well,
there.
that's what people love.
It's really weird, like watching the old weed movies that were so cool when you're like in high school. and
Before they
shit.
had to
They're
try.
So dumb.
Yes.
Like,
Dazed and
the weed
Confused
doesn't
and-
even
and
look
Half-Baked
real,
is still
and
good.
like
Those
yeah,
are classics,
yeah.
sure.
They're still great.
But still, like, gotta admit, like, and that '70s show is just stupid now. Like,
Yeah, I
What
tried
was
to
the
watch
first
it.
weed movie? I can't remember. What was it?
It had to have been a Cheech and Chong movie.
Yeah, Up in Smoke.
Yeah.
Reefer Madness, probably.
Well, yeah. There's the one. Totally fiction.
I don't know. It's just crazy. Like, you look back at those old movies, like, I can't even watch them anymore.
Yeah. Well, I tried to watch some of that 70s show, and that was fucking terrible.
Right.
It's like, wow, how could I have ever watched? And I never really did, because TV's stupid, but goddamn.
I used to watch all the time because it was kind of the only thing to do, but, like, dude, I don't know how I sat and watched any TV. Like, I've been watching TV, like, over the last week because it's kind of the only thing to do when I'm alone in the mountains. Well, there's other things to do when I'm alone, but, you know.
That only lasts so long.
I can only do that for so many hours in the day. Anyway.
We'll get to that later. Stay tuned.
Anyway,
Lots of vagina and penis jokes.
so I've been
coming
trying
up.
to watch TV, and like commercials and shit like drive me crazy. So I'm like watching movies, and like everything's edited for TV, and like I don't know what.
That's why I
the
still want
fuck.
to cancel Hulu. I tried canceling it. It's all, wait, you can have a free month if you don't cancel. It's like, all right,
Right.
fine.
I know.
So, and we haven't
and we
even,
still haven't watched
still haven't
it.
watched it. 'Cause
Like,
it says minimal commercial interruption. It still has minute or 2
it
minutes
still
worth
has
of commercials
a minute
every
worth
fucking
of
4
commercials.
minutes.
That
It's like,
ruins
this
my
is
day. Although it
stupid.
is long enough to go put like laundry in the washer and shit. So like, you know, it's kind
If
of
that
like
was the case, I'd
it's
fucking
kinda like
pay for
that
cable.
chore work break thing. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to cut to commercial really quick. And when we come back, I don't know. We'll talk
We're
about
going
some
to talk
shit.
about stuff.
All right. We'll be back.
The law offices of Edson, Maton, and Matz provide criminal defense, medical marijuana defense, and advice about setting up and running medical marijuana centers, optional premises cultivation operations, and infused product manufacturing businesses throughout Colorado. With offices in Denver and Aspen, we can offer assistance throughout the entire state of Colorado. Give us a call at 303-831-8188. That's 303-831-8188. Or visit us online at warrenedson.com.
High up in the Rockies is beautiful Frisco, Colorado. Medical Marijuana of the Rockies is a medical marijuana center with compassion for Colorado's medical patients. Looking for great meds grown organically in soil? You've come to the right place. Medical Marijuana of the Rockies is just off I-70 at exit 203. Check them out at the web at www.mmrockies.com. Their ever-changing strain and clone selection is updated on the website daily. When making a trip to the mountains, no matter the season, stop by Medical Marijuana of the Rockies. Make sure you say you heard about them on iCannabis Radio. You can call 970-668-MEDS to get more information. Medical Marijuana of the Rockies, your mountain source for meds.
Cannapunch is a delicious and effective medical marijuana beverage proudly made right here in Colorado. Each bottle is freshly infused with 100% pure flower extract from the highest grade marijuana plants available today. Using proprietary extraction methods, every bottle of Cannapunch is consistently and reliably infused with an exact milligram dosage that you can count on to relieve your symptoms each and every time. Cannapunch is delicious. There's never any medicine-y taste. We use only 100% cannabis flowers. No trim or byproducts are ever used in Cannapunch. It does not require refrigeration and comes in convenient, resealable multi-dose bottles from 60 milligrams to 200 milligrams. We have drinks with dosage that works best for you. Cannapunch is available in a variety of delicious flavors like black cherry, watermelon, pineapple mango, and blue raspberry. And we now have strain-specific beverages available just for you. Cannapunch is delicious, convenient, consistent, and effective. Give it a try and experience the Cannapunch difference.
Call Canasher at 1-800-420-5757 for all your insurance needs. Canasher understands the risks you face each day, and we are there to protect your business and your investment. Since 2010, Canasher has been serving the cannabis industry nationwide. Call Canasher at 1-800-420-5757 or visit us on the web at canasher.com to learn more about our insurance and risk management services. Proud member of the NCIA.
Independent Records and Videos has been your locally owned and operated choice for music, movies, and lifestyle accessories since 1978. Independent Records and Videos has 7 locations from Denver to Colorado Springs to Pueblo to serve your entertainment needs. Whether it's vinyl, CDs, DVDs, books, smoking accessories, or hundreds of other fun and fanciful items, Independent is ready and waiting to make your dreams come true. We are always buying, selling, and trading vinyl, CDs, books, and DVDs, so sell yours and buy ours. Independent Records records and videos. Your entertainment headquarters. Check us out at beindependent.com or on Facebook.
Hi, I'm Josh Stanley.
And I'm Jesse Stanley.
Two of the brothers here from National Geographic's American Weed, and we'd like to invite you to come into our dispensaries in Colorado Springs. Come in for the most pure organic strain selection in Colorado. It's all hand-grown by the Stanley brothers, especially for our patients. So come in and visit us at our two locations, East Platte and West Colorado. And remember,
always be kind to each other.
Blue Sage Microbes unveils the ultimate in superior soil, Ideal Soil, a 16-quart bag of the best growing soil ever engineered. Superior plant health and vitality is a direct result of the structure and chemistry of your soil. How good is your growing soil? Is your growing soil really balanced? How do you know? Well, Blue Sage Microbes has a newly designed growing soil that is the most advanced growing medium ever offered for cannabis cultivation. This is the only brand in the marketplace that provides growers with an ideal soil structure designed to work specifically with their cultivation systems. You will have your best grow results ever. Call now for a special introductory offer, 888-959-8551, or log on to bluesagemicrobes.com and experience a new level in growing. That's 888-959-8551.
National Cannabis Industry Association would like to thank its members who represent the leading professional businesses in America's emerging legal cannabis market. NCIA is the only organization that has unified legitimate cannabis business across the nation to fight for real reform in Washington, D.C. For more information or to make your business a member, visit us online at thecannabisindustry.org.
Welcome back, everyone. It is Tuesday, July 9th. Today's my daughter's birthday.
Well, happy birthday.
She turned 12 today.
Daughter Joe.
JoJo. She's 12
J-Dog.
Dude, that's so weird. Like, my daughter's friend, posted on her wall, happy birthday, J-Dog. And I'm like, you're fucking 12. Like, what the hell?
And a girl.
And you're living in Montana. Like, it's more like J-Horse. Like, what the hell, dude? It's so weird. Like, I don't understand kids.
Montana, you
get it.
You're not very gangster if you're from Montana.
Right? Like, it's like gangsters from Kentucky, okay? Like, come on.
Right.
Come on. And that all just stemmed from, an incident where I may have been slightly fucked up, and somebody sent me a friend request from Kentucky while I was fucking around fucked up on Facebook, and he was all throwing up gang signs and wearing red and shit. I was like,
but really, just because it seems like Kentucky's kind of a pussy state, because it's just sort of in the middle of the country that nobody knows anything about, and it really doesn't have any claim to anything except chicken and whatever.
Bluegrass and a Corvette.
Right.
They have on the license plate Kentucky, where everyone is your cousin. That's why you fly over it or go around it.
Right. Oh my god.
But really, there's got to be some kind of gang around any kind of poverty. Any poverty-ridden areas, and I'm sure that Kentucky not really producing anything is probably not like the richest state.
It is what it is. So, whatever.
Gangsta from
I just
Kentucky.
can't believe that a 12-year-old girl called my daughter J-Dog. With a W.
Imagine what the stuff they say that you can't hear.
Right. Oh, no kidding.
Not to scare you. I mean, you know.
No. I'm well aware. My oldest daughter's 16. I went up to visit one time, and my daughter had painted Thug Life on her wall in her bedroom, and I'm like, what do you know about Thug Life?
Thug life in a small town with no town surrounding it for 30 to 45 miles.
Right.
And you've got a small town that if you sneezed 5 or 6 times while speeding, you would never see or know that you were in a town at all.
There was times when I would be, because I used to work an hour from where I lived, and I'd be so tired going home at 5 in the morning after my shift at the hospital, and all of a sudden I'd be like, son of a bitch, I just passed home by like 20 minutes. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, so
He's so mad I have to pull over and sleep. There was no way I was driving back. Like,
Missing it again.
that meant that I missed at least 2 towns and the state line. Like,
You can turn around at the rest area.
right. There's one rest area and it was on the opposite side.
are you kidding? You can pull the fuck over and rest.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
nobody's gonna drive past you. Well, that's not entirely true because given the fact that you have to drive like 100 years from town to town.
Well, okay, let's put it this way. When I was up there for stupid court shit at one point a while back, I had in Colorado, I will go and look for a bathroom, okay? I had to pee on the way to court, but it was like an 1.5-hour drive, and there's nowhere to stop in between. You just stop and squat.
And they're fields. There's not really bushes or
Yeah, don't you
trees
get
way off in the distance.
sexual predator charges if you get caught pissing outside in Colorado?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's new and different to me.
In Montana, the only thing you're going to offend is the cows.
Right. Oh, they're just gonna laugh at you.
Right.
You'll get it if you moon somebody. Yeah. I almost got it for doing that.
No one wants to see anyone's ass. Don't show me your ass.
I
Come on.
did see somebody peeing alongside the road today.
The dead squirrel. You know what the dead squirrel is?
Nope. What is a dead squirrel? Actually.
Oh, I don't know if we want
Yes,
to.
I do.
Oh, dude, you should show them. Totally show
You
them what a
should
dead
totally
squirrel
show them. Come on.
Maybe telling us would be better.
Not
Is
on
it
this
like
show.
south of the Grundle? Like.
Not on this show.
When you're gonna moon somebody,
Oh
You're
yeah.
about to get a tea bag.
grab your shit,
Yeah.
tuck it in between.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it looks like a dead squirrel.
Yeah.
hanging underneath.
Yeah.
Jesus God.
You know, sometimes you should have a microphone. You
When
know?
us girls moon people, there's pretty much one way to do it. Like,
You
There's no
pretty much
squirrel.
we've got no
smile.
options.
You smile vertically.
You're wearing a protest and no,
Hello.
you're all right. It was damn decent exposure.
Right.
Or you can do just the nuts.
Just the nuts. God.
Squirrely nuts.
Ah. The amount of testosterone in this room, sometimes I feel outnumbered. Like, we need to get some girls in here.
No shit.
Girls never want to come for me. Well, they do, but
Say
they
that
don't.
again. Pull my hair and say that again.
They do, but they don't.
It's just, fuck.
Well, you got Terry here. She's
Yes.
a little buffer.
I know. I'm glad
quiet,
she's here. That's all right. Give me a week. I'll have her. Not so
I'm so
quiet.
reserved on the radio.
Yes. So, I'm horrible at introducing people. We have Bike in here from
what's up?
from that one show with that one guy.
From the morning show.
dude.
The morning show.
From My
Midday.
Campus Radio's morning midday show. Well, it starts in the morning at 11.
Some people.
The Jane
True.
Dab stereo video. I don't know. I
Yes.
can't say it by name, so that's as close as I'm getting.
That's close
Tina.
enough. Yep.
Yeah.
So anyway, he does that
Yes.
one show. So I invited him to come in because
Thanks.
I thought he would fit in well in this room.
So welcome to SexPot Radio.
And we
Thanks.
don't-
I didn't wondering what the funny smell was when I get in the morning.
In
What
the
causes
morning?
that? Yeah. So it was good to see.
You know,
Yes.
whatever.
That's me.
I think it's things that Chris does after we leave. I don't know.
Right after the squirrel.
And Sam.
I'm thankful to have Chris and Sam because we used to have a different producer and there was a whole different smell in this room.
Mm-hmm.
It was
And it
fairly
was,
foul.
I don't know,
Fairly foul.
Different people will have different smells that
But
happen.
there was one day when I came in here and there was pictures of a lot of girls that we all know. And there was a very lubed up bottle of lotion on the desk, and I just kind of
Anyways.
freaked out.
That sounds
But
like a
anyway.
stereotypical story. Like,
Right.
wow.
It was great. Great fun. Just
Anyways.
don't touch the lotion. Anyway, we also have Mike in here, who is from Stripper-palooza.
Just Mike?
Well, yes, Mike and Terry.
Okay.
And we
From
also
or
have
for,
Lunchbox.
I guess would be that.
But I was
What does
progressively
Lunchbox do?
going around the room, okay?
What's a
Lunchbox made
lunchbox?
me a dildo.
She was going clockwise. That's pretty.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
So in case you're not playing the home game,
So Lunchbox blows glass.
and
And not many dildos.
And dildos.
you blow dildos? That's all right.
Actually, the cocksmith
There's-
blows dildos.
There's not really a nice way to say that.
A guy said that.
All
He
nine
says,
are
"You want to
solid."
be at your party and set up a booth, and I want to blow glass dildos." And I said, "You will not. You can create glass sex toys, but you wouldn't. It's a better way to say it. I can't say it.
That was a nicer way of saying
Right.
it. Crafting glass cock.
My friend Turtle, who also goes by Cocksmith.
Orgasm machines.
Yes.
Well spoken.
The
Squirrel.
The very first time that Turtle ever introduced himself to me, he walked into the head shop that I was working at, and he looks at me and goes, I bet I blow more dick than you do. And I was like, is this a challenge?
And you said, hand sanitizer? With a pump top, please?
Yes. Yes.
Take all you want.
Oh, my Lord. The life we live. I love Colorado.
It is. It is a fun place.
Motherfucker, I know that we talked about that. I'm just kidding.
What other place can you get
about
away
that.
with having stripper-palooza in your backyard and it ends up being at Castleman's and
Right.
1,000 people show up and hey.
Right. So we
The
want
rest
to hear.
is history.
We want
Well, the
to
rest
hear.
is-
We want to hear more about this.
Oh.
I
well,
like stripper pool.
I can talk about it. Yes.
I can hear.
Can you hear? Let me see. After a real fun divorce, I started dating a stripper, and found out she was not the most down-to-earth girl I'd ever met, and all her friends. So we're gonna have a big party, and somebody says, "Hey, you gotta call it stripper-palooza. All you guys are dating ex-dancers," and everybody's okay. And bing, we just had the party. So we said, "Well, you better put a poll in." I said, yeah, we should do that. Yeah. So it just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and we wanted to close the street down. It was too expensive. It was like $1,500 to have a street party. So we said, heck with that. We just took the fences down between the backyards and more of them and more. Pretty soon it was just, and then everyone got evicted. No, it didn't happen. The guy right in the middle got evicted. It's just like, oh no, we can't get over there. So.
Oh no.
Yeah, and so we decided
Take a tunnel.
we took it to Castleman's because they love all that kind of crazy stuff. Yeah, you know, they get a 420 party, so they're marijuana friendly. They got a cabaret license, so it's kind of turned into more of a burlesque show, but it's fun. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. We're not doing like table dances in the back. Well, you're not supposed to know we're doing table dances in the back, but.
Sounds like my kind of party.
Like, can there be?
Nationwide radio programs, good place to keep that secret.
It's going to be a great party, though.
When is this?
This is it's August 24th at Castleman's. It starts in the morning with a poker run, a bunch of local bars, and then it ends up getting to Castleman's at about noon. The poker run, have a bike rally and show, big pig roast out front, and then the bands. And then the bands.
Actually, you're supposed to bring your trike, dude.
If you
It's
show up
okay.
on your
Training
10-speed,
wheels.
it'll be okay.
We'll make sure you got. We'll make sure you got training wheels. It's
Dress
fine.
like a
Well,
biker.
out front one year. I think the
2005 Fat Boy Harley, but that's what
Right, that's right.
10 speed.
You look
You wanna show
good.
up on a
too.
10 speed.
That's the bike to have. And then the band started about at 3 o'clock, and we have bands like 10, 12 bands all day. Castleman's holds 1,500 people. I think we're going to pack the house this year. A lot of good bands. Terry's helped me get some great bands. Local stuff, blues bands like Michael Hornbuckle and Brian Hornbuckle, and a great reggae band called The Disciples that have been around for years. White guys playing original reggae, their own music. A local band called Left Hand Side, original rock and roll. Guys are great, just real solid, straightforward rock and roll. Some bands from out of town. We got a band out of Phoenix called Throw Logic. It's kind of a corn mixed in with a little bit of something else. I don't know. They're real good. They're real fresh, and it's just kind of a showcase for music and talent locally, and got kind of an edge on it, you know, with the strippers and the pole and the contest. And
Are you full of bands already? Do you still have?
No, we got a few spots. Yeah, we just like to stick in. We try to do like 45-minute sets. You get about 15 minutes to run around crazy with your equipment and plug everything in and unplug everything else, and unplug somebody else's ins and outs. And
Well, of course you can't.
Yeah,
You can't not have that.
Exactly.
It's
You know,
gotta
trip over
happen.
things. They got great sound booth there. What's that now?
The Denver booth.
Oh yes, and we still have some vendor booths left too. We have a sponsor program where you get in there and sponsor. It's a great deal because we talk about you on the radio, and you get a booth at the show and a banner on the front that you can take with you. We've got the official Stripper-Palooza T-shirt, which has become a very collectible local item that's neat. So we got our own logo, Stripper-Palooza. So yeah, it's fun. It's an all-day event, and it's a blast. What's neat about Castleman's is we used to have to shut it down at 9 o'clock because in Denver the noise ordinance is kick in at 9 o'clock, and I'm actually exceeding the noise ordinances right now. So pretty much have to go home. But here we can go until 2 in the morning. So we just keep going and going. And
What day of the week is it?
it's Saturday.
Saturday.
It has to be Saturday. It just can't be any other day.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it has to be.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're afraid something, from up above will happen if it's Sunday, and during the week it's, people will miss work and this, shut the city down. So we have to, Saturday's the day. August 24th.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, and we're going to have, we have an after party the next day at a bar called Over There off of Hamden. And people say, where? And you say, no, that's the bar over there off Hamden. So Drew's
Next
place.
to McDonald's.
Yeah, behind the Diamond Shamrock. I love that. It's like when you say that, it's next to the Starbucks. It's like, okay, great, we've reduced it down to 5,000 locations.
Right,
Exactly.
no
Could be
kidding.
Next to the
anywhere.
McDonald's, okay, 4,000 locations.
All right, 7-Eleven, 3,500.
There you go. There you go. We're getting closer. That's when you go to Google
Slowly.
and then they Google Earth it, and you end up in Pakistan. A pack of smokes and a Snickers bar. Who the hell am I?
Nice.
Yeah, I heard a comedian say that the other day. He goes, man, I Googled my girlfriend's name and my computer got a virus. That makes two of us.
Oh my God.
We got another event next year we're going to call the Cannabis Cruise. That's neat, too. So my company's called Palooza Promotions. We like to do parties and concerts with a little bit of a zing to it, small venue stuff that's really, they're really enjoying the bands. You can actually touch them. They're real. And you don't get beat up by a bunch of big security guys that
Right.
have CU buffs on it. They just grab you and bend you and throw you out. You can actually go up and touch the band. Actually, sometimes, for instance, the world-famous Johnsons like to be touched, I've heard.
Right.
So you have to watch them because they'll be touching the audience, and But
Oh my Lord.
and we're trying to get some big names in there to just sort of pack
Right.
the house out. We're not really sure yet. We
Nice.
worked on a couple different bands. We talked to Jackal a little bit, trying to get them down here. They're selling their whiskey now. It's kind of getting them all over the place. They gave me a T-shirt that said, "Jackal me off." I said, I can't wear that. I can't wear that shirt.
Oh, dude, I can sport that shirt.
You'll have another shirt, please. Just any other shirt will do.
Dude, Jackal is the shit, man.
Oh, they are. They're great. Jesse's wonderful. I was on a TV show with him a couple years ago. The Road to Sturgis. It was a lot of fun.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
it was a lot of fun. They're crazy. They are.
I bet. That would be nice to see them.
Yeah, we're talking about all sorts of different, big names. It's going to be the surprise headliner. Who knows, Somebody, show up and surprise everybody. But I think we're going to pack the house just with local bands. It's just a lot of fun. And it's sort of still slightly sort of underground, so it makes it kind of edgy. It makes it fun, People think they might not supposed to be there, but maybe they should. So let's just go. What the heck?
Right.
So, and I'm not sure what the headliner's going to bring, but it's a show that's under $20. It's all day. You get a pig roast. You get a bunch of bands. You get, strippers. Yeah, you get to watch the pole dance contest.
Boobies are out.
Oh, and if
kid.
you're a sponsor, you get a judge's seat. We had the late, great, amazing Barry Fay there the last 3 years. He was our celebrity judge, and that was really neat. I had him over at my house for dinner one. That was so neat, talking to him about, the Rolling Stones and the Doors. And
Yeah, I bet that guy's got stories to tell.
Oh, he told the story about the whole Axl Rose thing, and the guy. I didn't actually pull a gun on him, but I showed him that I had one, that I knew how to use it. Just did the old, what's that called, brandishing, or is that with varnish? No, that's varnishing. Brandishing. He brandished himself, or his gun anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think you can brandish yourself. But you can brandish your gun and
You could
scare
brand
people.
yourself.
You could, with a gun. And so that was a neat story. He liked, let me see, he liked Jerry Hall better than Bianca Jagger, because Bianca was a bitch. He said so. That was funny.
That's not hard to believe.
Yeah, that was the weekend. It was weird. He was kind of. It was funny. He had to do it, but he didn't really want to do it. That was the weekend Dick Clark passed away, and the local media. Well, let's go to Barry Fay now to talk about someone that's famous in the music business that's died. Barry, what do you say? I don't know. He's dead. What do you say? What else do you want to say? And you could tell he was sort of like, yeah, I can't say no to this press, but I'd love it if you guys come to me with something else. Right. But. That's the media kind of pigeonholes you. And,
right.
They don't ever come to me, though. I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah,
it's a whole other
leave
deal.
me alone.
Don't ask him anything.
The media barely knows a good story if it was sitting on their face.
Oh, I know.
Fuck.
I think they must come down from corporate. We need these stories this week. So it's kind of.
We must have this. Yes.
But yes, it's a wonderful party. We want everyone to be there. Castleman's is easy to find. It's on 26th and Walnut. It's kind of up by Coors Field. It's on what Uncle Nasty and I laughed about it one last year. It's in Upper Lodo, and I said, is that even possible?
Right.
Can you be in Upper Lodo? Is there a place that's actually an oxymoron as you stand there? But we decided to call it the north side of Lodo, kind of like the glass.
That sounds
dildo.
better because
It
I mean,
does,
it's
doesn't it?
lower downtown.
Right, upper, lower.
Lower
This
down.
doesn't
I mean,
work.
you've got two downers working for you. It's
You do,
like-
you do. And no one wants to go there. And then it turns out it's north. How'd that happen?
Lower downtown.
And to make it even harder, Market Street turns into Walnut Street, right where they get the
Right.
free lunch over there, and it's.
And it gets all confusing, and like so many people drive the wrong fucking direction down that street.
So remember,
Where
kids,
is Walnut? We're there.
Oh.
So you just keep going north,
Yeah.
Broadway, right on Walnut. Yeah, that's it. Well, 26th. It's easy to find, really. Castleman's is right there. Bing.
It's really easy.
The moral
And
of
if
that
you don't know where
story
it's at, take a cab.
is to don't mix your uppers and downers.
There'll be about 100 bikes out front, but they're all friendly bikers. So I'll make sure of that.
Yes.
Only the friendly ones show up.
We like friendly bikes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And gosh, it's Terry. Can you think of anything else to add to Stripper-palooza? It's a lot of fun.
So you said judges. Is there some kind of competition?
Well, yes, there is a pole dance contest. And this year we got girls coming all the way from Vegas to this. There's $1,000 in prize money to be had, and of course the honor of being Miss Stripper-palooza 2013. And we're also going to have a burlesque show this year, and just kind of zazz it up and class it up a little bit. You know, got a reggae band, you got to have a burlesque show.
I know a lot of burlesque.
I read that somewhere.
performers.
Really?
Yes.
Send them to me.
They are amazing goddesses, and they should totally be there.
Oh yeah, I was
Cool.
just gonna say we got to hit them up.
I've got
I'll send
I've got an
them to you.
audition
I can
planned
name
on
5
South
like
Broadway
right
at
off
the
the-
Lucky You Motel next week. So room 223. Yeah. The guy in 223 right now went, son of a bitch, I gotta move out, man. I've been here for a year.
We
So-
actually
You
just
said the
recently
body painter
attended
over
an
there.
event where like there's a lot of burlesque shows at this camping event.
It's
The
fun.
mountains.
It's honestly I leave a little bit to the imagination. It just makes it that much more interesting. I think.
Oh yeah.
There's
for
always
sure.
later. We call that later after Palooza party. But it's going to be on Facebook, 6th annual Stripper-palooza. I friend everyone, so get on there. And there's a whole bunch of people, and it's going to keep you updated on all the events. We have pre-events, just like now, radio broadcast events at some of the bars and some of the sponsors where the run happens. And this is the first time we're going to do a poker run that morning, and just sort of try to bring more people as we drive around and tell everyone about the news. And they're going to close. We're going to close half the street down, so you still drive by, but for bike parking.
Right.
Somebody, when they ride, they want to stand there and stare at their bikes. Like they don't look at it enough when it's in their own garage.
Right.
That shiny son of a.
But it looks a
look at
lot
that.
cooler when it's parked out in
Out
front of
in
somewhere.
the beautiful
else.
sun.
Exactly.
somewhere else.
Exactly. It's the penis thing. We all know that. We don't want to admit it, but we know it. And hopefully, your motorcycle doesn't have one. It'd be kind of weird. You'll lose the contest. But
By August, I'm gonna have a motorcycle with a penis on it.
yes.
Would that be like a dildo strapped
The new
to the
Honda
seat?
I
penis.
might have to pedal it.
If you strap it to the
Segway
seat.
and the penis. That's right.
yes.
They make a vibrating seat for your bike.
Yes, they do.
It goes really fast, but you really don't get anywhere. You're really busy, but then you're not. It's a penis bike. It's a penis bike.
Yes. Everyone should have a penis.
But it's a lot of
bike.
fun. A friend of ours is Vince, and I are gonna MC and have fun and do all sorts of crazy contests and stuff. Fun stuff. It's a fun party. It really is. It's a concert. It's a party. It's a strip off. It's a burlesque show. It's many things. It's a barbecue. It's somebody stop me. It's
Is it cannabis friendly?
It is.
Yes.
It is. Castleman's is cannabis friendly.
Let's see right there.
Look at that.
Oh,
You got me titties and cannabis. Boom, sold.
And the band, that's what the world famous
Well, but everything
Johnsons
else
told
is
me. He said,
gravy.
it's Johnsons and strippers. How can you go wrong? And I said, you're hired. In fact, you're promoted. You're going to do everything now. I'm going home.
I think
Johnsons.
we're going to talk to you about the Blue Mountains Dab Bus. showing up there too.
Absolutely. Oh, yes. Nice. Those guys are crazy. You walk out of there a different person. You walk in, it's you. You walk out, it's a significant emotional event. The bus. Yeah. They toxify you, and then you have to go somewhere to be detoxified, like your bedroom.
We're going to do that to people tomorrow night.
Yes.
Hey.
At the Dabs of Denver.
I should do that to myself tonight. Jesus.
We could do that to you before you leave this room.
If you would like.
I'd like that. I'll do that right now. I don't even have headphones on, and I'm going to do that. So. Well, no, I thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to talk about it. It's a fun party. It's our 6th annual. It started in the backyard. Some people in Inglewood. We got together and literally planning this at a bar, and then this ex-dancer at the bar swings around half drunk and says, "You guys want to call it stripper-palooza? You're all dating ex-dancers." And we went, somebody kill her. So I have to pay her. Right? Ironically, she's never been to the party.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Mickey, if you're out there somewhere. Oh, excuse me, Seneca. Yeah, you know. Or is it Seneca? Yeah, it is. Okay, yeah. Trixie, right? That's so 60s, right? No one's really Trixie anymore.
Right. We were just discussing the name Bambi the other day.
You took the word, Bambi.
Bambi
was
is a stripper's name, but Bambi was a fucking boy.
Bambi used to
Bambi
be.
was a
in
buck,
the cartoon.
dude. Like,
I don't know. I thought.
How did that change? Well, it's our world these days.
Huh?
Bambi was a fawn. She was a girl.
No, Feline was the girl.
That was before his balls dropped.
Uh-huh.
Tech Man is mixed up. Oh, boy.
I know my Disney, motherfucker.
I know my Disney. The computer who wore
when
tennis
I
shoes.
grow up, I'm going to be a princess, you know?
I always wanted to be Snow White, but don't tell anyone.
Nice.
What is this?
Totally want to be Snow
Too much
White.
to know about you.
Did I go too far? I didn't even say anything about the dwarves yet. Okay, I'll stop.
Yeah.
There was actually 8. I'll stop. Oh my gosh, it's going crazy. See what stripper-palooza does to you? But we have other events.
This
is
SexPot Radio, and this is nothing like when I sat here with the Cockmaster.
This has been,
You can actually sit with the Cockmaster?
You can.
The Cocksmith.
You can.
You can, she says.
You gotta hit it. Yeah. While you're doing that.
Yeah.
I'm actually being instructed here.
Suck on it. Oh, you know what? Okay, so.
Wow,
you talk. I'm done.
Spawn something.
I was at a party for the 4th of July, and I was sitting on the couch next to this little girl. She was about 7 years old. And she looks at me and she shoves a marshmallow in my mouth, and it was like the weirdest shit ever. She shoves this marshmallow in my mouth and she goes, "Suck it." And my friend Kana like taps me on the back of the head and he's like, "Don't say it." And I was like, dude, it was just so weird. My mind was so confused having this little innocent voice saying, "Suck it."
And then there was the marshmallow too. So
and shoved down my throat. I was like
go.
I looked at Kano and I was like, she just said that. Like, she ruined innocence for me.
No, your innocence had to have been ruined a long time ago. That kid was still innocent.
And chocolate, so
didn't even know.
She totally didn't know. It was just the cutest thing, though, because she just, like, shoves this marshmallow in my mouth and she just, "Suck it." And, like, walks away.
It would have been much funnier if it was a boy coming up jamming something in your mouth being like, "Suck it, bitch! Take it! Suck it!"
Oh, God.
Then she could have slapped him.
Welcome to adulthood, 4-year-old.
It put her off that it was a little girl.
It just threw me off. Like, I had a great time with this little kid. Like, it was fun hanging out with her. I mean, it was a family-friendly, mostly adult party, but her mom is one of the burlesque dancers that I know, and she just, like, totally became attached to me. She was making me drinks. I don't know where the water was coming from. I drank it anyway. I didn't care. Like, I'm not sure she could reach the sink. I'm not sure.
You better hope.
I thought about it, like, 2 hours in. I'm like, okay, there's
Well,
frozen berries in here, but I really don't know where the water came from. I don't think she can reach the faucet.
That's fucked up.
I know. I really had to put a lot of thought into it later in the day, and then I was like, yeah, I don't want to think about this because I've drank a lot of water today.
Who taught you to make this drink? Mommy's ex-boyfriend. Oops.
She was just the sweetest little girl. I don't know. We had fun.
That was fun.
Where everyone else is having adult time, I'm hanging out with the 7-year-old at the party. Whatever. It was good times. Hell of a way to celebrate a Wednesday.
It was. Wait, it was Wednesday.
It was Wednesday. It was hump day.
It was.
It was great. You could tell it was hump day. There was a lot of condoms in the trash. They weren't even mine.
Always a sign of hump day.
There was a bowl full of condoms on the table.
Yeah, half of them were gone by the end of the party.
It was a good party.
If you're going to party hard, protect yourself.
That's right.
A bowl of condoms. I remember my folks had a party in the 60s. I was a little kid. They had a bowl of cigarette, like a bowl of Winston's. Have one. Giant bowl of smokes.
This particular party?
That's polite of them.
I know, right? Weird. It was a 60s thing. Have a smoke, okay? It'll make you ski or something. You know?
I love watching all the old movies on all the old shows on MeTV. They literally fire up cigarettes in the hospital rooms.
Oh, yeah. I was watching Chasing Amy. We were watching Chasing Amy the other day, and she's smoking a cigarette, and I'm like, that's fucking disgusting. Like,
I wonder what year
who
it
smokes
was.
cigarettes?
Just all of a sudden, that was not cool anymore. You know,
Right.
on TV, we just couldn't even look at it. Oh my God.
Well, I was watching The Big Lebowski the other night, and
Right.
they were smoking in the bowling alley, and it's like, wow, remember those days where you
When
could
you
just
could
light
smoke
up anywhere
inside?
you wanted?
I remember you
You
could
were
smoke in
supposed to
banks and
bowling.
grocery stores.
Now
Yeah,
it's more
remember.
likely that you can smoke weed outside and you have to hide at home in a closet smoking your
real.
cigarette. Like,
Right.
Try
your
smoking a
clothes smell like
cigarette
cigarettes, so
outside
I've been
door.
smoking in my closet again.
Go to Boulder and smoke in public.
Right?
That's a risky thing to do.
Yeah, that's getting crazier.
We're supposed to have flying cars by now.
Seriously,
There are
that's
flying
my
cars.
baseline too. I'm like, what the hell?
Right.
It's just we don't have smart enough drivers.
To the government, about 82, they went, we can't give them flying cars.
We just
Christ will
can't.
know. We'll never know where anybody's at.
Right.
We'll give them cell phones that do anything but make a phone call.
Yes. Yes.
But we'll confuse them. We just figured it out, didn't we?
And then
Sons of
everybody will
bitches.
put their tracking device in their pocket.
Right. Right. And carry it right on their
I
ass.
want to break the cell phone. I want
And
my
that-
flying car, damn it.
Right.
Then we're gonna
I bet you
institute
there's
social networks.
a line
so
somewhere
everybody
where you
will
can do
So everyone's tagging everyone where they're at. So if they don't have their phone on them, we still know where you're at. Like, dude,
It's just Big Brother. We openly
oh yeah.
go to every day.
I have a friend that like every time you go somewhere with him, like he tags you that you're there, and I'm like, motherfucker. So we have to give something away.
We have to,
So one day we
Yep.
were down having dinner, and he had tagged that I was having dinner with him. So I tagged that he was at Trax with me.
I saw that. Even put the table number and seat.
Right.
The floor plan from the fire department. She's in table 43, seat 2.
Yep.
okay, so we had a music interruption, which means we have to give something away.
What are we giving away today?
We didn't really talk about it yet, so I guess we could start off with an iDab pin.
Okay.
How about tickets to stripper-palooza?
Tickets to stripper-palooza.
We could do that too.
Look at that. So every time our music accidentally interrupts us in our headphones, we give away a prize.
I heard that.
Tickets to stripper-palooza.
Yeah.
So how do we choose?
Who do we have in our chat room?
People.
Look, Angel's in the chat room. Angel, would you like to go to stripper-palooza?
We just not even
Angel,
making a
no.
fucking game out of it or anything?
No.
I'm looking at all these people and it's like, hey, can't we make a game out of this? Like somebody pick a number
What
between
kind of
one
game
and
do you want to make
yeah,
out of it?
pick like a number between 1 and 100.
Okay.
You know, if you're in the chat, if you're listening on a real radio station or if you're watching this somewhere else, you really sorry you don't get to play. But
remember when they were all real?
If you're on the actual website iCannabisRadio.com and you're in the chat room right now, you are eligible for this. So pick a number between 1 and 100. Oh, we should probably write one down. We should probably pick one too.
Already got it.
I think you are going to pick the number.
All right. So pick a number between 1 and 100.
This is when it doesn't get picked because everyone thought I thought you were going to do it. You said.
Like, I'm picking the number.
Okay, so here we'll wait another couple moments and make sure that everybody's that's in there that wants to play plays, and whoever gets the closest gets what? 2 tickets to Stripper-palooza?
Oh, geez, at least 2.
All right. And when is it again?
I know a guy. This was the tickets. I know him.
See, so it's handy knowing the ticket guy.
I think we should be generous here since this is the first live, semi-live, sort of recorded later and played for you, radio. Like 6.
Dang.
Give them a half a dozen, Bob.
All right. Come on down.
That's not all you get. Give them a spatula, too.
A spatula. You have to have a spatula.
Somebody's got a spatula.
If you don't want Stripper-palooza, keep the spatula as our gift.
Okay. We got all kinds of numbers randomly popping up in the chat room. It's hard to follow.
Chinese spatula. We really got him on this one.
Yellow Joanna Cake, you just need to come to Colorado. Give it up. Get a plane ticket, goddamn.
Yeah.
Don't you ever do like a question that's hard, maybe?
It's called Yellow.
That sounds like Celebrity Jeopardy. SNL.
I like to call it
Pick a
Yellow
number between
Joanna.
1 and 10, and all 3 guys can do it.
But see, that's the number between 1 and 100. You can't look up the answer on Google.
That is harder.
So, like
Unless it's the ultimate
that's
answer.
when your roommate's been your roommate too long when he says 50 and the other guy just hits him in the face. Always do that, God, and it, boom.
Okay, so how many tickets are we giving away?
6.
We're giving away 6 tickets.
Well, at that rate, we almost should just give 1 to everybody that guessed.
Right.
Or 2 to
But
everybody
no one
that
wants to go to
played.
Stripper-palooza by themselves. Now you've doubled it because each one of them has to have another ticket.
Well, but it
This
looks
guy's
like
good.
it looks like we only have 3 guessers, so we could give each of the guessers
is
2.
Miss
We might have to inundate
64?
them with 2 tickets each.
Yeah.
Miss 64, who
What
are
am I
you?
going to do with an extra ticket, dude?
It pays to listen to our show
There you go.
because we have loud music interruptions like Pee-wee's Playhouse. You know, the word of the day is.
You have a word of the day?
Nope, it's just our song.
I got you.
We could come up with a word of the day, but then we'd be giving away too much shit.
Okay.
Too much to remember.
Chris Custer just guessed a number in the chat room. He picked number 42.
Always pick 40.
Yep.
Either 42
Picked
or
42.
69.
Okay, well, are we still?
It's a Tool reference.
So, how much longer are we gonna do this? Another 2 minutes to wait for anybody else that's coming in to guess? Because we'll probably have another sound explosion during the show. We usually have a few. This was the longest we've gone without one.
It's basically like our show has an orgasm.
Yeah, every little
I like
bit.
the first explanation better. And then the visual changed. It was weird.
Yeah, it got weird.
Now I want something salty. I don't know what's going on. Chips will do. Barbecue, please. Thank you. And a Coke.
I think we got some
it a
vinegar
Dr.
sea
Pepper.
salt douche chips over here.
Keep the chips. Just the Dr. Pepper is fine.
Douche in a sack.
Oh man, pretty soon it's going to be 6 more tickets, and then it's chaos.
All right.
So, are we just gonna stick with our first one and give 6 tickets to the person who gets the number the closest, or
I'm
do
not
we?
gonna give 6 tickets to one person.
Yeah,
But what is closest when you're going 1 to 100? See, this presents an
2
entire.
to the top 3.
See, if you ask a specific question, then there's
2
a
to the
specific
top
answer.
3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
We only get to bring one date.
Right, unless you can prove, if you can justifiably prove that you need extra tickets
I need
because
pictures.
you're going to
I
fucking
need
score,
pictures to verify your dates.
You got to score.
you've got to score. You've got to be able to fuck all 5 of those girls that you bring with you.
There needs to be potential for me to score with your 5 dates.
There you go, too.
I think I just gave away 6 more tickets. So the first 6 people will call, and they will get a ticket for themselves, and they'll get a ticket for another person that they would take to Stripper-palooza, guaranteeing that they would be sick.
Right.
Yeah.
I have to prove that there's potential.
I helped
We
on a
want
Gallagher
video.
show where Gallagher at a point looks at the audience, and he had a heckler already. He just looks at the audience and says, "There's just a hubbub in here. Okay, if you have not gotten laid by now, it's not going to happen." So they would get back to the comedy with Gallagher. It was funny. He was just old and grumpy and pissed and literally gave the entire audience hell. It's a hubbub.
Oh, I liked Gallagher. He was funny. We
was
listened
very
to
funny.
Stephen Wright today, and God, I'm sorry, that guy is fucking boring. I mean, it's.
Oh, local guy is good. Get Ron Ferguson in here. He's really
That
funny.
name sounds familiar. Of course, we hear the Comedy Channel all the time, so fuck who knows.
Okay. So we have 3 winners.
She's getting us back up. Ooh, 3.
See, and we kind of cheat ourselves here
So-
because really, if you know us, the number is super easy to guess. It's
Right.
it's a
Just
really a
gotta
no-brainer.
know me.
So when I think I'm all famous, people's like, Stripper, what?
Anyway, so Miss 64, who guessed number 38.
That was pretty close.
Angel
a bold
and
guess.
Chris Custard. So if you all could just send me a message to sexpotradio420@gmail.com to remind me that you won tickets. And I wrote it down in my handy dandy notebook over here too.
We will make sure to get your prize to you.
Yes.
Does anybody want to know what the number was? Oh,
We
she
already
actually
said.
guessed number 34,
Oh,
not 38.
whoops.
But that's okay
It's
because
still close.
that was still 8 off.
Like,
Oh, we already said
That's
the
not
number,
the same
ultimate
number,
answer.
okay? It's just
it was 42 because Chris
Oh.
Custer guessed it. Dead on.
Oh yeah, that one was easy. That's really we should try next
I'm
time
pretty
to go
obvious.
from pick a number between 100 and 1,000.
All right. So anyway,
Now you're talking
on that
Mensa.
note,
Yeah,
on that
right there.
note,
That's-
we are going to take a commercial.
We absolutely should.
Yeah.
So, all right, we'll be right back.
We're going to break. Bye.
Are you a medical marijuana patient or interested in finding out how to become one? Contact Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern. Conveniently located on Hamden and Tamarack in the Whole Foods parking lot behind Proof of the Pudding. Mile High Wellness offers a wide variety of edibles, hashes, and some of Colorado's top strains. Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern. 3525 South Tamarack, Suite 110, on the corner of Hamden and Tamarack. 720-382-8516. Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern.
Let's face it, rules and regulations are complicated, especially in the field of medical marijuana. Let Medical Marijuana 101 help you get through the compliance process. We can also explain to you your employment requirements, your employees, and your business. But our work doesn't stop there. Our experience in cultivation ranges from the design of grow rooms to the diagnosis and resolution of grow problems. Visit us at www.medicalmarijuana101.com or call 303-388-7706. That's 303-388-7706. Are you a runner? Are you a runner who supports marijuana legalization? Run on Grass is a group of athletes actively seeking to change our marijuana laws. We speak the truth about cannabis, bringing the message through our feet to new ears. Check out runongrass.com to find out more about us, our events, and how to join up or how to sponsor a runner. If you're in the Denver area, please join us for runs or start a group in your area. Running not your thing? Any sport can do it. On grass. runongrass.com.
Blue Sage Microbes unveils the ultimate in superior soil, Ideal Soil, a 16-quart bag of the best growing soil ever engineered. Superior plant health and vitality is a direct result of the structure and chemistry of your soil. How good is your growing soil? Is your growing soil really balanced? How do you know? Well, Blue Sage Microbes has a newly designed growing soil that is the most advanced growing medium ever offered for cannabis cultivation. This is the only brand in the marketplace that provides growers with an ideal soil structure designed to work specifically with their cultivation systems. You will have your best grow results ever. Call now for a special introductory offer, 888-959-8551, or log on to bluesagemicrobes.com and experience a new level in growing. That's 888-959-8551.
The law offices of Edson Mayton and Matz provide criminal defense, medical marijuana defense, and advice about setting up and running medical marijuana centers, optional premises cultivation operations, and infused product manufacturing businesses throughout Colorado. With offices in Denver and Aspen, we can offer assistance throughout the entire state of Colorado. Give us a call at 303-831-8188. That's 303-831-8188. Or visit us online at warrenedson.com.
Independent Records and Videos has been your locally owned and operated choice for music, movies, and lifestyle accessories since 1978. Independent Records and Videos has 7 locations from Denver to Colorado Springs to Pueblo to serve your entertainment needs. Whether it's vinyl, CDs, DVDs, books, smoking accessories, or hundreds of other fun and fanciful items, Independent is ready and waiting to make your dreams come true. We are always buying, selling, and trading vinyl, CDs, books, and DVDs, so sell yours and buy ours. Independent Records and Videos, your entertainment headquarters. Check us out at beindependent.com or on Facebook.
Call Canisher at 1-800-420-5757 for all your insurance needs. Canisher understands the risks you face each day, and we are there to protect your business and your investment. Since 2010, Canisher has been serving the cannabis industry nationwide. Call Canisher at 1-800-420-5757 or visit us on the web at canisher.com to learn more about our insurance and risk management services. Proud member of the NCIA.
Cannapunch is a delicious and effective medical marijuana beverage proudly made right here in Colorado. Each bottle is freshly infused with 100% pure flower extract from the highest grade marijuana plants available today. Using proprietary extraction methods, every bottle of Cannapunch is consistently and reliably infused with an exact milligram dosage that you can count on to relieve your symptoms each and every time. Cannapunch is delicious. There's never any medicine-y taste. We use only 100% cannabis flowers. No trim or byproducts are ever used in Cannapunch. It does not require refrigeration and comes in convenient, resealable multi-dose bottles from 60 milligrams to 200 milligrams. We have drinks with dosage that works best for you. Cannapunch is available in a variety of delicious flavors like black cherry, watermelon, pineapple mango, and blue raspberry. And we now have strain-specific beverages available just for you. Cannapunch is delicious, convenient, consistent, and effective. Give it a try and experience the Cannapunch difference.
I'm Gary Johnson, and you're listening to iCannabis Radio, and I want to say, talk it up, Colorado.
Welcome back, everyone. I love this show.
A little hash-a-palooza during break. A little dab-a-palooza.
Dab-a-palooza. We should have Dab-a-palooza.
I love the show. I can't.
I'm down.
That's the bongathon next month, August 3rd.
Well, no, because that's technically it's the bongathon. The dab-a-palooza has got to be like a dab your fucking brains
They're
out.
doing
kind of
dabs and
event.
then bongathon.
Oh, yeah, we'll be dabbing motherfuckers out to where they won't be able to compete very well.
Because we need another dab event.
Right?
We should just push them until they say we can't do them anymore.
Every week we should have one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's when we should do the cannabis
We
cruise.
should just
Send everybody to the
call
bonfire.
our promotion company DTFO Denver.
Yeah. Nice.
All right,
So,
so
yeah.
tonight's public service announcements are as follows. First off, this show is for adults. If you have children in the room, we're not here to judge. You may be, or may not be a good parent. We can't be responsible for what we say, as we're still currently protected by the First Amendment of these United States.
For now.
For now, and we're gonna play that out as long as we fucking can. So, yep, that's public service announcement number 1. Public service announcement number 2. If you're the dickhead that drives slow in the left-hand lane anywhere, you're a dickhead. Please stay out of the left-hand lane. That is for fucking people that want to speed. Or get past you, or are in a hurry, or for emergency vehicles, or any of that. Colorado state law says slower traffic must keep to the right. So, once again, if you're the dickhead in the left lane, driving slow, pissing everybody off, fucking up people's day, you're a dick. Thank you.
Yep.
These public service announcements have been brought to you by me.
You're now, from here on out,
This
going to be
sermon has
known
been
as
brought
me.
to you by Reverend Jeremy.
Yes.
Yes.
Anyways.
So, yeah.
Remember, you're Rev Jeremy.
Do me a favor. If you're driving slow, don't go in the left-hand lane in front of him.
Don't, because I will preach the fuck at
I
you.
can't handle it. Okay. I realize that you can't hear him from your car, but I can hear him from the passenger seat, and my sanity
I think that I'm going to
is
get
not much left.
I'm going to get a CB setup to where it's got the speaker in the front of the car, but I want it megaphone size. I want it to be quite powerful. I want to be able to get on there.
Is that the first thing out of your mouth?
I'd be like, excuse me, dickhead, in the car in front of me, you're driving too slow. The state law says get the fuck out of the way. We're trying to keep road rage on the limits down, so fuck off, get the fuck out of the way.
I get all white-knuckled and slouched down in the seat.
And it's not like I need to be anywhere in a
okay.
hurry. It's not, it's,
Right.
It is what it is. It's just
I
more
mean,
of the
we're going
principle
20
of the
miles an
matter.
hour over the speed limit, and you're freaking out because there's some dickhead in front of you.
Look, if you're doing 80 and somebody's tailgating you, you're not going fast enough. Get the fuck over. I mean, it's that simple. You just have to be
Maybe you're
wary.
just going too fast.
Oh, yeah.
Duh. The speed limit's fucking 55. If you're doing 75, 80, and a 55, you're fucking speeding. But you might be in a hurry.
I guarantee you, the day you snap, it's a little old lady. Somebody's grandma.
Half the time it is. Half the time it is.
You know?
And I try to feel as much pity as I can at that moment. I don't try to. It just happens.
How
'cause
about,
I feel
do you
sad.
ever see it this way? You know how we're losing rights, left and right.
Oh, yeah.
We still have the right to drive slow in the fast lane.
Not in Colorado. Colorado, it is a state law that says slower traffic must keep right. That's the joyous law of Colorado. Sometimes it works for people.
You know what? It's also a
So
city.
if somebody is tailgating you in the left lane, you are slower traffic, and you are breaking the law and need to get the fuck out of that lane. Not even playing, people. Get the fuck out of the left lane. If somebody is riding your ass, get the fuck
This is
over.
the one law he wants enforced, okay?
Right, fuck all the other laws.
So just follow it.
Get the fuck out of the left lane. Seriously.
put a
In
bigger blade on the
Texas,
snowplows.
in Texas,
But I
like
think
big
that
rigs
is
aren't
only
allowed
when
to even be in the
speed
left
limit is
lane.
above 65, though.
Huh?
I think it's only when the speed limit is above 65.
I don't know. I see the signs all over Colorado. It says state law, slower traffic, keep right. I love that sign. That just means
60 in Canada,
We
you
had
know.
we had a huge problem with road rage here a while back. Like serious. That's if I recall correctly, that's where this law came from. Don't quote me on that, but it makes the most sense. We haven't had a whole lot of road rage since. But
I think there's a lot of good meth around those days. That's all.
that is probably true too.
Because it was already illegal to snap, right?
And now there's a lot more really good weed, so everyone's
People are
driving
chilled
slow
out, you know. Yeah.
But there are still people that want to drive fast. I speed down that lane and still have people that are on me, and it's like, damn, I got to get over.
Because you got pulled over and got a $400+ ticket.
Yeah.
So how about maybe you should slow your ass down?
10-pointer.
Slow your roll.
No, it's because the cop was being merciful.
No, it's 7:10.
Oh fuck!
It
It
is
is happy
7:10.
happy 7:10 on 7/9. We are mere hours away from the new Stoner holiday.
Yes. Yes, we are.
Yes.
Woohoo.
So all I know is that tomorrow I get to go to the Oriental Theater early and build a stage and bring out some lasers and have some fun.
I'm going to be at home baking tonight, all night,
Nice.
forever. I was up baking till 4 in the morning. I'm tired.
What kind of things were you baking?
I was making chocolate-covered gummy strawberries and chocolate-covered gummy bears and peanut butter cups and Butterfingers and Snickers and sound like a diabetic.
You sound like someone who's going to have diabetes or trying to make food
On
to
the
bring on
plus
the
side,
diabetic apocalypse.
I can't eat any of it, so none of it's going to my ass.
What do you do with them?
It's for other people.
Ah, yes.
For other fabulous people that can eat it. Just I
Medicines
can't.
because you're a nice person and like to help people.
Yep. Exactly. So, anyway, there's a couple things I want to talk about.
Like news-wise or just things that you want to talk
Like
about? Like, are we going to have
stuff.
to sit down and have a little talk here?
You and I are going to have a talk later, but
Oh, yeah? About what?
I don't know.
Oh, I just...
I'm sure you did something.
I
or
do.
will
I felt
something,
bad for a
or-
brief second. I was like, oh,
or I was
fuck, what did I
thinking
do?
about doing something, or, something.
I'm
Anyway.
always thinking about something fucked up, but...
Anyway, recently, the American Psychiatric Association pathologized kinky sex. So kinky sex is no longer crazy.
Really?
Yeah. They, which includes cross-dressing, fetishes, and BDSM. In the DSM-5, they actually removed it as unusual sexual interest.
So when it goes from unusual, where does it go to?
Normal.
No, it's
We're
gotta be
the
something
normal.
There's got to be something better than that.
There's no
To
between.
funner.
So it's
Funner. More
We switched
fun.
its category from weird to funner.
Yes, it's no longer weird.
That's good.
So when she wants their hair
I feel
pulled
better.
and spanked, it's okay.
Right, because traditional sex is boring.
Right.
Without oil.
Right, like here, woman lay down, guy on top. Ooh, wow, boring. Done. Been there. Anything else probably got lumped somewhat into the kinky category.
Right.
So it's about time.
No animals.
Well, they've actually have
Not in
proven,
Colorado, anyway.
They've kind of
Wyoming,
proven
maybe.
that BDSM is pretty much like the most sane sex to have.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
There's no way.
It's totally sane.
So, tying somebody up in leather and beating them with variant objects and treating them like animals.
People who engage in these kind of actions during intercourse or any other part of their life actually have healthier lives mentally and physically.
I thought a lot of that stuff doesn't even involve intercourse.
How?
A lot of times it doesn't. Very true.
Fuck that.
I mean,
For some reason, I just thought car antenna,
Right. Whipping someone with a car antenna.
They're built in the windshields nowadays. We're screwed.
I know, that's so cool. Good old-fashioned car antenna.
It's just, especially like in relationships like that, the couples most often have a healthier bond with each other. They know each other's limits. They communicate more inside and outside of the bedroom. So
That makes complete sense. That makes complete sense, and I don't know why. It's fucked up.
On the wall for 3 hours, you know, you can pretty much communicate pretty well with
Right.
her, and she's going to communicate to you.
Or that bitch ain't listening and won't untie your ass, and you're like, fuck, I can't feel anything anymore. I can barely even yell at you. You're a horrid bitch, and I hate you.
So let me get this straight. If they tie them up with leather, then they'll talk more.
well, they tend to know.
This could be a dichotomy for some guys.
It just.
I'm just joking.
Couples tend to communicate more when they are involved in these activities, basically because I'm able to tell you what I do and don't like. Whereas some couples don't even communicate what they want in the bedroom, much less anything else in their relationship, you know.
Right, exactly. I see so many couples out there that have no communication with
It's like,
each
do you guys
other.
even talk to each other?
Right.
Like,
It's like, why are you married?
Right.
Or why did you even get in a relationship?
Mm-hmm.
You guys hate each other? Okay, cool. I want my best friend to
They
hate
forget something. That's what.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Something real important.
So, yeah.
You know, I think and there's plenty of stories out there that can, I guess, concur with this, but I think that it's healthy for a relationship, especially if you do it. I mean, to each their own, I guess. But if you can sit down with your partner and do a healthy amount of drugs with them, which, you know, is
Moderation.
quite a taboo. Well, sure. I mean, don't overdo it. Well, no, alcohol, that just leads you down path of sloppy, which yes is a drug, but you know, and it could be mushrooms, it could be weed, it could be coke, it could be whatever the fuck. I mean, you know, try not to do like meth or heroin. You're probably not gonna
try not
to get anywhere with that stuff. But you know, if you can
Try
go to
harder.
sleep in the same day, you know, you stand a fair chance. But you can really get to know somebody if you get fairly well intoxicated with them and have your wits about you, which I know is kind of contrary to what you've been told, where drugs are bad. Okay, not all the time. Not all the time. You can really communicate well with people.
And drugs definitely open channels that aren't normally.
Well, yeah, you're more
Exactly.
likely to say and express things that you normally would not sober.
Right. So
Start out with, what do you mean by bad?
Right. I'm not comfortable. No, I'm kidding. Help.
Help me.
But
Need
yeah,
adult.
seriously, I don't know. It's just good to be able to communicate with your partner, and BDSM definitely is one of those things where.
And I'm most certainly not saying that you have to do drugs to communicate with your partner. I was just throwing that out there as something.
I see how it is. You just have to be intoxicated to talk to me.
You know that's absolutely not
Just
true.
kidding. I'm just kidding. Sometimes I wish you'd just stop talking. No, I'm kidding.
See, there you go. There you go.
It's all good. But yeah, so anyway, those kind of activities have been removed from the DSM-5 as craziness. I think it's a good thing.
I think it's funny that it's now considered, I don't know, it's sane. Speaking of
It's
not
healthy.
sane, it's healthy too.
Yes.
So you can have a salad and a whipping.
And toss it too.
Now you can have your salad and toss it too.
Yes, exactly. We should get T-shirts with that on it. SexPot Radio. You can have your salad and toss it too.
That just doesn't sound right.
I'd do it. I'd wear it. Anyway, moving on.
So elsewhere in the news, we'll have something here local for anyone that lives out in Aurora. There was a strange incident on July 5th.
Yes.
A 30-year-old
Involving a backpack.
Yeah, a 30-year-old man with a backpack. It involves this crazy
30-year-old
shit.
I wonder if it was a Hannah Montana backpack.
That would be fucked up. That would be fucked up as to what we're about to tell you.
What would that say about him?
A 30-year-old man with a backpack filled with sex toys and lubricants caused a bomb scare at an Aurora Walmart on Wednesday. The bomb squad was called to the parking lot of the Walmart at 3301 North Tower Road around 6:15. After a man wearing a backpack acted suspicious when the woman he was with was caught shoplifting. Police contacted him.
Too.
Yeah, I would I would too. I'd be like, oh, fuck, they're going to search me. I've got crazy shit in my backpack. There's no way I'm going to be able to explain this. Police contacted him in the parking lot after security looked in the backpack and saw some liquids and piping. Something in the backpack, this is good, something in the backpack got a hit from a bomb sniffing dog.
Smelled like
so
vagina.
So the bomb squad was called in. So I think it's more likely that
it was too new.
that the police officer holding the dog just tapped his foot and did the fake hit so they could search the backpack like everyone knows that fucking cops can do. Their dog's about as reliable as a lie detector test. Anyways, the conclusion was there was no bomb, only sex toys. The man had active warrants, so he was arrested anyway. The woman the suspect was with was issued a summons for shoplifting and released. So the moral of the story of this one is if you have a backpack full of sex toys and warrants,
Don't take it.
don't
to
go
Walmart.
anywhere.
Like,
And certainly
why would
don't
you
be with
take
somebody
a whole
breaking the
backpack
law.
full of sex toys and lube to Walmart. Like that's the last fucking place I'm gonna go with my dildo. Okay.
And they all somehow went to jail too. See, that's
I mean, a backpack full of them.
And he went to jail with that backpack.
Like, how is that?
The police
when you're
had to
getting
go
out of jail? Would you like to claim any items that are missing?
The
or
police had to go
used?
through all that stuff.
We're not going to let you in there with that.
I hope they had to like sit there and log and like
They did.
write describing and take
They
pictures
do.
of everything.
They do.
Everything.
Is anyone not wondering specifically what they were? I don't know why.
Smelled of 3
Well, this is only the
hooker
Denver
vagina.
Post that printed this.
The
So
specific items, I mean.
I bet you we could dig further.
Like I seriously like liquids and I just love that it was liquids and piping that set them off.
Media code for dildo.
Right.
Piping. Yeah, there's some piping in there, boy.
Somebody says in the comments that travel-sized sex toys cannot be taken on an airplane.
4 ounces or
Yes,
less.
travel-sized sex toys can be taken on an airplane, as well as full-size sex toys can be
You
taken
can take whatever you can fit.
in your purse.
But not lubricants.
Last goddamn thing I'm gonna check on
you'd
the
have to
plane.
check
I paid
those.
$300 for that shit.
And if you do, you just have to check them. Check them. You can check a whole bottle of whatever.
Pretty soon you're not going to be able to hide anything by swallowing it or keystring it. My buddy just flew out here from Connecticut this past weekend, and at Hartford Airport.
Did he keister something?
No, he didn't keister anything, but he had a little parchment paper with about a gram of oil in it down in like a hidden pocket in his pants, in his cargo pants, and they put you in this booth where they can see everything. And they're like,
it's a horrid booth. It's not fun to be in.
They're like, what is that little thing in your pocket there? We need to see that. And they ended up just taking it away from him. But
damn.
They stopped me. You pulled me to the side because I don't ever take my money out of my pocket when I go anywhere because that set off metal
I hear
detectors.
you.
Fuck you. I'm
Sure.
not taking it out.
They can see.
And they saw that, and they came out, and they're like, "Sir, you need to come over here and take out what's in your back left pocket." And I'm like, "Oh, fuck you guys." And I took it out, and they're like, "All right, we need to pat you down and then scan you, and then you need to go back through." I'm like, "Whoa,
Don't
fuck
you already
that."
know, sir?
Right, like you've seen me now. You know I'm good. Why do we have to go through this bullshit process? I mean, I'm guessing it's just
to make sure that's not a distraction.
Fuck.
So you want to say, was there a nut in a bolt, like in the stomach area?
It was very unpleasant.
That's that question right there.
I want one of the shirts that I used to see. There's a metallic ink that you can get. And I've seen Fourth Amendment rights and variant shirts with different statements and stuff on it that's printed in this metallic ink. So when you go through there, it plainly says it, and they can read it clear there and just watch that. It says, "I have rights. You're violating them. You suck. I hope you enjoy the picture of my dick right below. Take it, stuff it up your ass."
Wow.
They do.
Someone else's dick. The picture of that.
Now I'm gonna.
Right.
Now you're violating my Fourth Amendment rights. I'm gonna use my First Amendment rights.
Exactly.
Fifth time.
While we still have it.
In invisible ink, so you're not offending anybody except for the
people that are invading your shit to begin with. So, right.
Sooner than later, there'll be a leaked airport security schlong file. When you can see everyone's pictures.
I just go through airport security so I can get felt up. I mean,
I have never been through the normal security. Every single time since they started this thing, you go over there.
You're flagged.
I have a friend's mom. That
Somebody
works
tagged
for
me.
TSA.
Damn it! At that table.
Piss someone off somewhere.
Table 5, seat 4. You
I
were there.
flew out of a very small town in eastern Montana.
Well, I've flown out of a few small towns.
And they, there's
really
12
fast.
people maybe getting on the fucking plane, and they empty all my bags.
What are these? We had a bunch of tubing.
My suitcase that I had checked, they went through and removed items. Like, there was things missing out of the bag. And when I went through they found a fucking bottle of perfume that I had been looking in my backpack for about 9 months and could not find.
You.
They found it in an inner tiny pocket that I didn't even know existed.
TCA people are so cool.
Yeah, but that shit's not always great.
I'm
Cause
like, it's a half ounce. Like, come on.
I got pulled over a long time ago, and they found shit in my car that I didn't even, fuck, who knows? Sometimes them thorough searches turn up some not
when I
cool
fly,
things.
I completely empty everything and lay it all out. And
You want to know what the 50 bags of fertilizer in your trunk was for?
The time I got busted with weed was at the airport. I had a little corner baggie. I had stuff.
That's where it happens.
And totally forgot about. They pulled it out. I was like, "What is it?" I'm like, "Probably some weed."
That's where you go into another
Wrote me a
language, dude.
ticket. I wouldn't pay.
Looks like oregano to me.
I wasn't thinking
You tell
that
me,
fast.
how about?
Right, exactly. Well, what do you guys think it is? I'm not sure I know what it is.
It's a box of crayons.
If you know, maybe we should be questioning what you do on your time off.
Yeah, you know.
Oh my god. I go to this class once a week, and this one guy that's in the class, when the police had come to arrest him, they found a baggie in his room, like a quart-sized baggie, full of baking soda, and the cops insisted that it was Coke, and he's like, "No, it's cut. It's just cut."
And tubing.
And
More tubing.
Lube and piping.
That's piping. Sorry.
That was-
Piping's better than tubing.
That was funny.
So
clearly these must have been, I don't even have a good joke for what kind of prude people these could have been, because even religious nuts are bigger freaks than.
Oh, dude, religious people are
I think
crazy.
that's why kink got added to the D9.
Right.
Freaking that. It's like, oh. Yeah,
Only
that's what
crazy
the priest
people would do
does
that.
To the nun.
Right.
They're scared. They're more like scared people, see. It's like you don't have to use the batteries in it the first time.
Right. You don't have to use the power button.
Test mode.
It works.
Take about a
Not
month.
as good
But
without
I
it.
gotta say, if you're bigger than her biggest toy in her no-no box, it might be intimidating for her.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what they use the word big twice on the box. It's just bigger.
Dude, it's crazy, the extent that toys can go to in their complexity. Okay, because you've got your glass dildo, and then you've got your dildo that has more knobs and buttons and 28 different speeds and variations. Sometimes it's hard to even even learn how to use it. Like, if you want your
That's
partner
half
to
the
use
fun.
it, if you want your partner to use it on you, it's like a whole class before you even begin. Okay, there are 3 buttons.
Right, you got to push the lower button 4 times. 1 slow, 2 fast. 3, that 3rd, 4th one, you got to push like tap, 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 and then hold it, and it'll turn on. It'll do a butterfly pattern.
3 seconds. 3 seconds. Amazing, wonderful, and resuscitate me. This one. Top one, the top button.
I had one lady say she had to quit her rabbit because the guy just couldn't get her off anymore.
Well, the whole thing is that with toys that vibrate really hard, like it can either A, desensitize you, or overstimulate. And then you're just like, shut the fucker off, okay?
Pick a color on that one.
Like, okay, we're done.
Yeah, those toys.
I can't do this anymore.
There should just be a remote with like a couple of buttons on it that says, awesome. There's like squealy, and there's the getter wetter.
It needs a mid-air button too.
And then,
mid-air.
Right. And then something that's
my
just sort
favorite
of
button,
like
goes to
middle
batteries
ground that does whatever.
Right.
But yeah, you need the hover button that picks her up, off the bed 4 feet.
The Archer.
The Archer. There you go. See.
It's
but
loud,
simple
but it's
buttons
fun.
that you don't even have to be in control of. That, and I'm sure that they make underwear like this. That you could just put these on. Here, you're going to push these buttons, and you're going to lie there.
They totally do.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna cosplay tonight. Tonight we're gonna play The Exorcist. Ready? Go.
Now that's an invention. You might be right up there with the guy that did Facebook on that one.
Yes. Oh my god.
Right. So if you get the deluxe dildo, it's gonna spew out the green shit. Anyways.
Lube and pipe.
Yes, lubing and piping. Right. Good thing he didn't have any spray paint.
Oh my lord.
Oops.
Okay, so anyway, moving on. Actually, let's just move on to people that have completely lost their shit and gone completely exorcist.
Right, I have some pot news, but I want to get to that later because I like the story that you're about to go on. It's fucked up.
Chris, can you please play that video that I sent you?
We only need to watch part of it though, because it doesn't.
Like
it just
a minute.
There's nothing that, not like the last video that we watched. So we said we're only going to play part of this, and we watched all 6.5 minutes while we're all like thinking, oh, we're going to kill
Of a
this
kid huffing alcohol.
Right, okay, so wait. Don't play it just yet. Hold on. Before, okay, so if you tuned in last week, and was it last week when we showed the cops tasing the naked guy at Sonic Bloom 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you tuned in 2 weeks ago and you saw the 6.5 minute of the cops tasing the naked guy on acid who was clearly not fighting anyone in the video or armed. Well, he had 2 arms, but other than that, he was unarmed. Clearly, because he was naked.
Sounds like weren't moving either.
And that was a crazy video. And yes, afterwards we did discuss that. We don't know what happened before that. He could have been causing problems and whatever.
Well,
so I just want you to
we
keep.
heard from people that were there. Apparently, he was on LSD and got too close to the public road. Like, had he stayed inside of the event boundaries, he probably would have.
How come I can't hear you when you're talking into your microphone?
I don't know.
She moves away like that.
Because I look to talk to you, and then I'm not on the microphone. And
she has not good mic skills like you do.
Yeah, you have better mic skills. You're better at getting up on top of that shit.
I never thought about my mic skills.
There's a dick joke in there.
It's because I fidget and I move around and I'm an ADD child sitting in a chair, okay, for 2 hours. Okay.
What were we talking about? Oh yeah. So anyway, so keep that in mind when you watch this video.
He did?
Like he's.
I feel like he was gonna hit you.
I think
All right, calm down. Stay down. Stay down, buddy. I tried to keep him down. I told him to stay down. You got a wall, you got ID.
Soul trying to escape his body.
right on the ground. He was looking down.
Take a breather. Give him a glass of milk.
Yeah, I was right behind him, and I seen.
Right.
He just broke the gate and went right through the hole, right in here.
So, this happened in Buffalo, New York, and apparently, like we report almost every week on new incidences, this kid was high on bath salts.
Crashed his car through a gate, smashed into that truck, got out, and flailed around in front of cops and people. And what I wanted to say about this that has to do with the police is that it seemed in this video, and of course it went on, but nothing really happened. But it seems to me that the police handled this dangerous person with much more care and grace and finesse.
There was a camera also.
Yeah, there were cameras all over these other fucking cops, and they were just tasing the fuck out of this naked
They
guy.
tased him at least 6 times.
I mean, he was clearly a hippie, you know, like he looks like he was a tree-hugging hippie, granola-eating,
Even his friends
earth-loving
were
person.
screaming from the sidelines,
One
hey,
of the
he's
free
on
people.
acid, just back away from
And they
him.
were just tasing the fuck out of him.
Those people you just described, cops are trained to see them as violent people.
For sure.
So just because we know what they really are doesn't really mean shit to a cop.
So the neck tase gives me the willies when you see him do the neck. That's ouch.
So it does say later in this story that it did take 7 police officers to get him under control when backup was finally called in.
Right, but they didn't have to tase him. They just kind of played it out, waited out. I mean, he was clearly a danger. He was high, and and the other guy, I don't know. It's tough, you know. They tased the fuck out of the guy on acid who was high on drugs, and who, you know, anything. Bath salt zombie. He tried to eat somebody.
I'm just gonna put it out there. Well,
Is that like a form of LSD? Is that what that is?
I have bath salts is actually like synthetic cocaine.
They're research chemicals.
But yeah, it's
Years ago, it was 2CT7 and 2CB, the two C's and 2CI. They outlawed all those, and now
psychotropic category,
just
basically.
research chemicals is what they're classified as.
Yeah.
We tried them on these monkeys. And now we're going to give them to
And they seemed all right.
Yeah. Just start stealing everybody's stuff and
Right.
running through town.
Ripping faces off of the people, biting faces off.
Didn't they make movies about shit like that, where the
Put wings
drugs
on them
that
in
people
movies.
took and they made them just fuck people up as?
Well, the whole thing is that with drugs being illegal, recreational drugs being illegal, not pharmaceuticals, people are constantly trying to find a new way to get high. So like, hey, this drug's pretty cool. Try this. And there's not enough research into it to understand what's going to happen to the human mind.
Well, right, but if they just legalized, you know, all the big drugs, you know, coke, meth, heroin, you know, whatever the fuck, mushrooms, acid, you know, eventually people would just get tired of those after 20, 30 years. You know, it's like, oh, well, okay, these were fun, now they're boring, whatever.
Well, it's, you know, when
And
it's a
you'd
drug
eventually-
that you can only find here and there once in a while, like...
Oh, Scanner Darkly. That was what I was trying to think of earlier.
Well, you know, and every drug seems to come with its own sort of behavior and culture. The marijuana
Right.
thing, you want to find someone else, you got a joint, man, you find someone else. The meth thing, this guy's done it. He's been 4 inches away in another room for 30 years. They've been doing, neither of them know each other that did it. That's weird.
Right.
And every, you know, has its own. The cocaine thing was real social. I remember that, the summer of '82 that lasted until '92.
Right.
Summer, long summer.
One long summer.
But it was a social thing. Come over, man, do some coke, get a bowl of cigarettes. It's great. Winston's. have a Winston. We have several.
Oh, that was funny.
It also seems like now people are more into finding out, more understanding, like, more of the positive effects of the drugs that they want to do. You know, like...
Research?
Yeah, more research, more, you know what I mean?
You mean like all this research that's pointing to the fact that tripping is actually good for you? And that it helps better your life, and that you can do all kinds of wonderful things. You can't necessarily fly while you're on acid, but
who'd have thunk?
So a story
But therapeutically, it's good for you.
A story that just came out this morning about a new study saying that psilocybin mushrooms actually stimulate brain cell growth.
Imagine that. When you eat that, you think a ton.
It opens up your mind, and you're allowed to.
Amazing.
Some of the funnest times I can remember. Yeah.
Fucking A.
A friend of mine was just diagnosed with this
Yes.
brain disorder you get from having too many
You guys get some great
concussions, and
memories,
one of their
too,
treatments
hitched
is
into
that
that.
psilocybin treatment. You don't take enough to trip or anything. You just take a minute dose of
A
it every
subclinical
single
dose. Yeah. These findings also suggest that psilocybin can be used to effectively treat PTSD, as well as potentially giving beneficial effects on memory and cognitive abilities. Dr. Sanchez Ramos suggests in regards to treating PTSD, veterans could take psilocybin to disassociate loud noises or crowded spaces with the trauma of a bombing.
Earplugs do that
imagine
too.
that, right?
Might send them the other way too.
Well, yeah.
If you're lucky.
That's why.
If it's good.
That's why they do subclinical doses, so that you're not tripping balls, and like end up off on the other end of the trip.
We could just save them up and do them all at one time.
They could. They could. That's probably what I would do.
Think like a junkie.
20 of these trip balls or what?
Like when I worked in the hospital for 9 years, like we dealt with a lot of drug seekers. Like you could see them coming in because we'd watch them from the.
Oh, my back.
No, we'd watch them from the nurse's station desk. Got this big circle desk in the middle of the hospital. Like they come walking up all nonchalant to the ER door, and as soon as they pass through that glass door, oh my god, I'm hurting so bad. I'm like, what you want, Percocet? Fuck you.
I have to
buy them in the alley like the rest of us. Jeez.
Whereas, how many Percocet prescription forms do I have at home from shit that I've gotten and just don't ever go get? Because fuck, I don't need that shit.
I
Fuck
think he
that.
doesn't go get them so that I won't take them.
When this generation gets old, you're going to have the button that says, help, I've fallen because I'm tripping balls and I can't. Your kids come and
Can't
get you.
sober
They're
up.
disgusted by your behavior. God, Grandma, you're always tripping. You're crazy.
Did you see the size of that dragon?
No, she's not a hippie. She's from the 90s.
Right.
It's really weird.
No, I don't know where the beer went, but did you see that dragon in the refrigerator?
There's torches everywhere.
It's so crazy. Like I mentioned earlier, I do have a 16-year-old daughter, and she lives very close to a Native American Indian reservation. And she writes comics. Like she does a lot of like drawing and makes little comics. And I sat down to read one of her comics one day, and it was about a peyote trip. I was like, what the fuck? And she's like talking about how they went into this alternate realm and they came back with a bag of roaches. And I'm like, dude, you don't keep the roaches. Throw those away. Like, that's not what you go to the other realm for.
Oh, God, no shit.
You don't want to ever go to a realm.
Right.
It's like you don't.
That
you
gives
don't
out
want
roaches.
.org. You want .com and don't go to realms. There are bugs there.
Right.
Realms.
Like talking about how she fell asleep in her friend's bathtub while she was on a peyote trip. Like, I don't know. I don't even know if she knows what peyote is. It's possible she does, though, because I'm sure she's been around it.
15, 16, we were way smarter than our parents thought we were.
I have faith that my child is smart. I also know that she's really dumb.
Well, all kids
All at the
are.
same
So, all at the very, very same time.
Because she's a girl, right?
It's
Yeah,
society
it's
that.
because she's a girl. It's because she's my child. No.
Speak from experience. You're really astounded when they actually grow up and you go, how did they do that?
I'm afraid because not only does this child look like me, she acts like I acted at 16. Except
Well,
she
you know
doesn't-
how to cure that then if you see it coming.
Right? She doesn't have a car, though, which is good.
See, there you go.
I'm
You're already
glad she
starting
doesn't
out
have a car. She can't get her driver's license because she failed a class, so.
right. A bus pass and a stun gun.
There's no buses there. There are no buses where they're growing up.
They have horses, though, right?
Which is why I have a fear of buses
Wagons.
now.
Wagons.
Oh, I get
Buses.
it. That makes sense.
Especially ones that bend in the middle.
Oh, those things are the
Sway
best.
back.
Yes.
The best, because you just don't know if you're going to live when you sit in the back of those things. You know, they could take
Everyone
a
likes
corner
sitting
too
in the
fast,
middle.
that shit snaps off, and you're just fucking cruising on.
But the buses.
Cruising on.
I hate buses. Anyway, moving on. Mushrooms are good for you. Psilocybin's good for you.
Harvard University is doing a study with LSD and short-term cluster headaches as well. So
How does one get into this study?
We already.
Cambridge is doing a study on meth, and we're way ahead of you.
I've already figured out. I mean, I've seen the ones that says that mushrooms help with headaches, and that's abso-fucking-lutely true because I have migraine problems, and
there's a lot of different types of headaches.
You can
which
take
I
small
didn't know
amounts
till
of
till recently.
small amounts of
They
mushrooms.
say you just
help
actually
break
forget
that
about
shit
the
up.
headache for a while, and it's the same thing.
More or less.
Crazy. That's the mushroom.
Well, that's how marijuana helps a lot of things, is it distracts your mind off of what you've been thinking about.
Right.
I've noticed.
Well, it's the truth. Things don't really hurt unless
know
your
what?
brain tells you that it hurts.
When I was able to smoke cannabis, I found that when I had migraines, cannabis actually made it worse.
Well, it depends on for me, it depends on how I take it in. Smoking, physical
if I took
smoking,
it as an edible,
fucks me up.
it would help. But smoking it actually made it worse. Smoking anything made it worse.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
of course.
Yeah. Well, because you're putting that smoke straight to the brain.
Right.
That's where the edible's good because it has a chance to have the body break it down, convert it before it gets there.
So what else do we have to talk about?
I wanted to bring up, just some marijuana news that Laura Harris, the head of the
MED.
Yeah, MMED is retiring effective August 1st, which is kind of a big deal because she was supposed to be around to 2014 to help the transition. And if you live here in Colorado, you already know that it's crazy dealing with the MMED for pretty much anything.
Not if you don't mind waiting.
Well, yeah, if you're a real patient person, this is the total place for you.
You'll excel here.
Yeah, absolutely. You can have all the squirrels and kitten moments you want. But
pick a number.
For the rest of us that want to try to get shit taken care of somewhat quickly, this person was really kind of in charge of all that, and she's like, nope, fuck it, I'm out of here. So if you live here, that could be some good times
She's
coming
been
up.
smoking weed. She's got a fuck it attitude now.
Job title
Who
is
cares
expediter,
about
and you're
this?
confused.
What does she know that she ain't telling us that she doesn't want to be around for?
Well, and that could be the audit that happened in March.
That was I was saying earlier. That was kind of embarrassing.
That didn't work out so well. But they came up with all these stupid things like let's have a camera in every single room of every single grow, dispensary, kitchen, everything, and then let's come up with money out of nowhere to pay people uselessly to watch these cameras. Oh, well, that's not going to happen. Oh, let's buy all these fucking SUVs fully loaded for all this stuff so we can go out and enforce useless rules that don't make any sense in the first place because it's a fucking plant.
They had 2 for every employee. They had 12 employees and 24 SUVs.
It was insane. I mean, it was
on a 3-year lease as well.
Yeah, it was an amazing expenditure of money.
That was just the beginning.
They
of
don't
it.
even fly.
And so
Yeah, they don't fly. What the fuck?
And this is the same department that's been regulating medical marijuana is in charge of regulating recreational marijuana. Now, where I think that's fun is it's a little harder to set up a brewery in your own basement. I mean, I'm sure that anybody and everybody could, but there's a lot more that you have to go through. Throwing a few seeds in the ground, it's a whole lot easier for anybody to do. So I think that they're really going to start coming into the fact that they really can't regulate it as well as they really think or as much as they want to, because it is a plant, and they're going to run into that problem soon. Which takes me back to my prediction, why I think that it'll just be legal in a couple years, within a year or two.
Well, and their whole ruse of trying to protect kids is freaking silly.
Oh, it's utterly ridiculous.
Because no matter how much marijuana your kid consumes, they will not die.
And it doesn't matter because, see, we voted. That's just like, well, that's none of your business. We already voted. That's before the vote. You say those things.
Right? They outlawed it, not by vote, just just outlawed it
I know.
by executive decisions. And so now the people are finally speaking out. Thank God.
Oh, yeah, that's good stuff.
All this, not in my lifetime. Fuck. Thank God. Yes, in our lifetime.
This is going to be huge.
It's going to be weird. But you know what? If global warming really was an issue, and it might be, who knows? I mean, I'm sure that people, fuck. We could all grow weed and solve the problem like that. If we gobble up all the CO2 that's apparently trapped in the atmosphere and all the pollution, oxygen producing.
With hemp.
Right. It seems that in a year or two we could solve most of the world's problems.
You just need hemp.
But anybody could do it. That's the problem.
Hemp and zinc. You need zinc too. But hemp's the best.
In a world where anybody can do anything and nobody has control over that, good fucking luck.
Yeah, right.
So
now you're talking flying cars there.
So,
right?
All right. I actually have a bedtime story tonight.
Nice. We have 12 minutes, so is it a long story or is it a short one?
Well, ish.
So we'll just have to wrap it up a
So
little bit
anyway,
early so we can get to it.
First off, I would like to thank Mike and everyone for being here. Bike, thank you for coming in.
Thanks for inviting me.
It's been a pleasure having you. We didn't even have to turn off your microphone once.
Oh, it was good the first time, just to feel it out. You have it back and you're fucked.
That's okay. Most of us misbehave. Guess we'll have you back in a couple of weeks. See what you got. Anyway, tune in Monday through Friday on iCannabisRadio.com and listen to the John Doe Radio Show with Tim and Bike and whoever else may be joining them. On what other shows do we have? On Thursdays, we have the Hemp Connoisseur at 4:00 p.m. On Mondays, it's Georgia Edson at 7:00 p.m. At 3:00 is In the Lab with Jennifer. And then, of course, us here on SexPot Radio at 6:00.
There was no
Tuesday.
spunk in the way that you said any of that.
Because I'm like trying to focus on one
Spunk it
thing.
up.
and
Put in a little pizzazz.
Go ahead and spunk on it.
That's what the car antenna's for.
I know that you said that.
Spunk you right up.
I was trying to read down here, and I was looking up there, and I got all lost.
He spunked you. That's what happened.
Yep.
You've been
Yep.
spunked.
I've been spunked now. Anyway, so iCannabisRadio.com. Head over to the website. You can watch old shows, new shows, whatever. What else? Tomorrow, Dabs of Denver at the Oriental Theater from 4:00 till midnight.
That is on 7/10. It's not the 7/10 Cup, which is on the weekend,
Saturday
which
and
is not on
Sunday.
7/10.
Dads of Denver. Is that
The
a band?
Dabs.
Is that a band?
Dabs of Denver.
Oh,
Dabs of Denver.
Yeah,
It's-
you just did a dab.
Yeah, you
Dab,
dab.
just a dab will do you.
When you, yeah, a little dab will do you.
It was a
Like,
commercial,
I think
wasn't
I
it?
got contact eye over here. I can't even
Yeah.
read. Like.
It was a dippity-doo commercial. Just a dab will do you. Until you need more, then you got to buy more.
So once again, the stripper-palooza is when?
Yes, it's August 24th. Did we give away the tickets? Did we?
We did. We did.
We did.
Nice.
I even wrote them down.
It's very important that I have that list. So we'll just bring them back to you guys. How about
Okay.
that? Does that sound
Sounds
good?
Well, we'll have to have you on the
Second.
show again once the event gets a little closer and
Oh,
do a
yeah.
little bit
Absolutely.
We will definitely be discussing some other amazing things.
more. Yeah.
Oh yeah, lots to talk about. The stripper-palooza past, very good stories.
Nice.
Because it was in a backyard and it was
Pretty raw sometimes.
the common phrase was off the hook, dude, as they would drive by and honk and just scream. It's funny stuff.
So
usually have a couple of accidents and traffic report. There's a biker party at Evans and Sherman. 9 News would do that. It was funny.
Nice.
Dude, you made the traffic report. So we got fame.
Nice.
Kathy Saban got on. Warned him. You could go around on Grant, but there's no parking.
There's no party.
Yeah. You just want to know Denver to know that we got toilets. That's right. That was an important
Yes,
part.
there's toilets.
Places to pee.
There's
At the door.
places.
It
With
didn't
a
stink too
door
bad.
on it.
That is something awesome, you know.
Women will normally know. I'm not going to piss in that, but 2 hours later. All
They're gonna
right.
piss in it.
That's when they use the mid-air button on the thing. Mid-air. Don't touch anything. The mic has gone limp. It's not good.
Oh my god.
On
No,
air too.
no.
I did that live. It's crazy. It's terrible.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and read our bedtime
Thank you so
story.
much.
Yes, thank you guys for coming. We really appreciate it
Absolutely.
very, very much, and thank you for giving away tickets on the show. That was awesome.
Yeah, we'll do it. When we come back with those tickets, we'll give away more tickets because I'll be here with tickets and I'll have the extras with me because I didn't think of that. Damn, I know better. We'll have to ask questions though, like a little more on it all week. A hard question, like
We'll make
like
it
what was
difficult.
Lieutenant Uhura's first name or something
Right.
really hard.
There you go.
And I know the answer.
Yes.
We got to come up with things though that you can't find easily on Google.
I'll
You know,
bet you that
something
might
that-
even, well, that's true. You can Google.
How do you
well,
prove
we
it, though?
found out when
That's the-
I Googled
Well,
myself.
you really
what
can't,
happened.
but that's why if somebody
this
knows
day
the
and
answer,
age.
they'll be able to get it first. But if it takes you a while to find it on
Ooh,
Google,
how about a stripper
For some
Palooza
digging,
question
yeah.
would be exclusive to that party?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Now
what
we
if
just
nobody
have to
can
think
get
of
it?
one?
Well, then you have to modify the contest at that
We'll
point.
figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll just.
Oh, okay.
go
I've
with
already
it.
found some good ones.
See, look.
See?
My mind's a spinning, whirling
Yes.
Palooza spinning thing. Lots of good ones. Okay, I'll write them down so I don't forget.
Nice. All right. Bedtime story, and then we're gonna call it a night. I got a long drive back up the mountain. Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Little Red Riding Hood. Now, Little Red enjoyed skipping through the forest to go visit her grandma's house. She always carried a basket of condoms, dildos, porn, and muffins. Nowadays, it would have been a backpack. She was very well known throughout the forest. One day, as she was skipping and humming through the forest, a big bad wolf jumped out of the trees and startled her. Little Red noticed the long tongue this wolf had. She dropped her basket and laid on the floor, picked up her dress, opened her legs, and let the big bad wolf lick her pussy.
I love this show.
He stuck that tongue deep inside her. And wow, that he hit her G-spot.
Did you not read the story first?
I read a couple of them
Stands
off
for
this
good,
page.
by
I
the
didn't.
way.
Oh. And she came all over his mouth. When they were done and stood up, and she fixed her dress and hair and gave the big bad wolf a muffin. Sounds like you already had one. And she went on her way once again. The wolf saw her as she left, and he wanted more. He asked a birdie where she was going, and the bird said she's going to her grandma's house, that she lives in the woods. So he went to grandma's house. He saw the old bag duct taped her mouth, and tied her arms and legs together and put her in the closet. He puts on her robe and lays in her bed and waits for Little Red. She is kind of late as usual because she is sucking cock and getting fucked by all the big bad wolves in the forest. She finally gets to Grandma's house and knocks on the door. "Come in, my dear," says the wolf, dressed as Grandma. She puts her basket of goodies down and proceeds to go to Grandma's room. She noticed something different on her. She wasn't fooled, and she knew it was the big bad wolf. "Grandma, what big eyes you have." "The better to see you with, my dear." "Grandma, what a long tongue you have." "The better to lick you, my dear." "Grandma, what long fingers you have." The better to finger you, my dear." "Grandma, what a big cock you have." "Okay, Grandma." "The better to fuck you with, my dear." He knew that she knew who he was. So he rips off the robe, she takes off her clothes, but leaves the red hood on. After all, that's how everyone knew her. She jumps on his cock and rides him. Watch Little Red Riding Hood. Watch Little Red Riding Hood ride. Grandma manages to open the door and falls to the floor and moans for help. Little Red turned around and yelled, "Grandma, get the fuck out. I'm busy." She continues fucking the big bad wolf in Grandma's house. That's in the forest. While she is wearing her red hood, that is why she's called Little Red Riding Hood. The end. Good night.
All right, good night.